morning, my name is Helen Ellison and I'm the Deputy Head Teacher here at Norfolk House School. Today I'd like to show you our nursery classroom. Our nursery is really a combination of traditional theories and more modern teaching approaches. Our staff are incredibly experienced early years professionals that have got teaching qualifications as well as those from a wide variety of early years and development backgrounds. And the nursery really cherry picks the curriculum from those within the early years that are most renowned. So for instance, you'll notice in the environment, it's quite a subdued environment in comparison to a lot of early year settings. It's something that more modern research really tells us that we need to create environments that children can use their language in, because the children who have the strongest language at nursery are those that achieve best when they're sort of age 6 and 7 that way. So the environment's slightly subdued, it's quite tonal, it's got lots of natural wood, it has lots of plants in it, and that way the colour and the noise and the energy comes from the children rather than the environment in that sense. Our curriculum is really a combination of more traditional theories of education and also some modern approaches, because we live now in a modern time and the children need to be really adapting and making sure that they're ready for modern life. In terms of traditional theories, we use a combination of approaches. For instance, this activity that we've got out, it is a traditional Steiner toy, if you like. It's got the beautiful wooden rainbow in that sense that can be used in a number of different ways. It's open-ended and it really encourages children to think out of the box. You can have the rainbows balancing, you can have them turn around, you can make them into different marble runs, and it's only really limited by children's imagination in that sense. The Montessori approach is slightly different in that it teaches children by repetition and being quite precise in the output, if you like. So the lovely wooden beads, they teach children about weight and size, so they feel different in your hand. So when you're talking about capacity and size, they've got the kinesthetic learning as well as the visual learning. Over here we have some quite open-ended small world. It's something, today it's a tree house, next week it can be a knight's kingdom, the week after it can be a doll's house. But because it's natural and isn't stereotypically for girls or boys, all the children use it and it's very open-ended, so it encourages groups of children to learn from each other rather than being based on gender in that sense. And we also make sure we use pictures of the real children that we have in the nursery, which encourages them to be playful with it and become really involved in the activity in that sense. One of the benefits of coming to the nursery before moving to reception class in Norfolk House is that the learning the children start in nursery is really built upon and developed through the end of nursery and the beginning of reception class. For instance, when we're doing early number concepts in nursery, we use a lot of the Montessori materials. They feel different. The number 1 and number 2 have different weights, so that kinesthetic learning really helps children feel what number is like. We do that alongside more teaching apparatus that they use in reception classes, for instance, like Numicon. It's something where the children in reception class use the Numicon to really, again, have that visual representation of what number is, and then that's built upon when they're doing doubling and adding and halves and things like that. But doing those alongside the more early years resources means that children are familiar with them when they move to reception, so the transition is easier for the children, and the number concepts learned in nursery are built upon in reception rather than using different materials altogether.